Breaking news out of Taiwan this evening as a 7.4 magnitude earthquake has claimed the lives of several people, what we know as of now.
Plus, the Florida Supreme Court clears the way for an official abortion ballot measure and a 6-week ban, officially giving voters the final say.
And a NASA engineer was charged with sexually assaulting several women, and officials are looking for more victims.
Plus, stay tuned for a Panther News Network exclusive interview with City Council candidate Jaquavius Doucette. All this and more, Panther News Network starts now.
Good evening. Today is April 3rd, 2024. I'm Haley Robinson.
And I'm Bailey Boyce.
Welcome to Panther News Network. Here's what's going on today. A deadly 7.4 magnitude earthquake has left at least 9 dead, over 900 injured, and 50 people missing. The natural disaster took place at 7:58 a.m. local time in the county of Hualien, which sits just on the country's eastern shore. It triggered massive landslides and destroyed hundreds of buildings. Take a look. Hazardous had been successfully evacuated. The earthquake hit at a depth of 9.6 miles, even setting off a tsunami warning for Japan and the Philippines. 50 workers that were traveling in minibuses to a national park at the time of the earthquake are still missing, with rescue efforts underway. Over 50 aftershocks have been recorded in Taipei. Take a look at this chart that shows where the earthquake lands in terms of magnitude. You'll see that to the far right, this is the strongest earthquake to hit Taipei in 25 years, with the last strongest being in 1999. President-elect Lai Ching-te said in a statement, "At present, the most important thing, the top priority, is to rescue people." And the White House stated in the U.S. is ready to provide any assistance.
In a pair of significant decisions Monday, the Florida Supreme Court upheld a 15-week ban on abortion in the state that will also be allowing a proposed amendment that would enshrine abortion protections in the state constitution to appear on the November ballot. The conservative-leaning court's decision on the 15-week ban also means that a 6-week abortion ban, with exceptions for rape, incest, and the life of the woman, that Governor Ron DeSantis signed into law last year, will take effect. But the bench's ruling to allow the constitutional amendment to appear on the ballot this fall means that in just 7 months, voters will have a chance to undo those restrictions. In reviewing the initial challenge to the 15-week ban, the state Supreme Court said the 6-week ban would remain blocked until it ruled on the 15-week proposal. In its ruling Monday, the court's justices wrote in a majority opinion, consistent with longstanding principles of judicial deference to legislative enchantment, we conclude there is no basis under the Privacy Clause to invalidate the 15-week statute. They added that Planned Parenthood, the plaintiff, cannot overcome the presumption of constitutionality and is unable to demonstrate beyond a reasonable doubt that the 15-week ban is unconstitutional. As a result, the justices concluded the 6-week ban will take effect in 30 days. At the same time, the ruling on the proposed amendment will allow Florida voters to effectively decide whether to keep the 6-week ban in effect.
A NASA engineer who was accused of sexual assault and arrested at the Johnson Space Center on February 29th is now being deemed a serial sex predator as more women have come forward, and the Harris County DA and Houston Police Department are seeking more victims. 37-year-old Eric Sim was initially accused of sexually assaulting 2 women he had been on a few dates with, but the number has now grown to 6. All women told authorities they met Sim on a dating app. One of the first 2 women to come forward believes she was drugged by Sim, and court records show that she contracted an STD from him. Sim was released after his initial arrest on a $500,000 bond. Following his arrest, authorities executed a search warrant on his home. After the first 2 victims came forward, it was revealed that there were likely more victims, as women had posted on social media groups to watch out for him. As of last week, the aerospace engineer is facing 4 new sexual assault charges for a total of 6. Take a look as Jana Oswald, the division chief of adult sex crimes in the Harris County District Attorney's Office, speaks on the issue.
Of I don't want to have sex was made by all the other 4 and in different degrees of force, non-consent.
Sim was given a $30,000 bond for each of the 4 new assault charges, and he posted bond in the courtroom without going to jail. Sim's defense attorney, Neil Davis, says that all relations were consensual. As more victims are sought out, Sims has been placed on 24-hour house arrest.
City of Uvalde Mayor Cody Smith has resigned effective immediately, vacating his post the same week the police chief of the small Texas city is expected to depart, 2 years after one of the deadliest school shootings in U.S. history. Smith said in a statement Monday that he needed to focus on his health and thanked the Uvalde community for their support during his ongoing recovery from recent unexpected health issues. He did not elaborate. The decision comes weeks after an independent report commissioned by the city defended the actions of the local officers doing the botched response by nearly 400 local, state, and federal law enforcement officials to the May 2022 Robb Elementary School shooting that left 21 people dead. Uvalde City Council members were expected to meet Tuesday afternoon and could discuss the report in a private session. Last week, the meeting was postponed, with officials citing concerns for the mayor's health. Smith's announcement follows a recent announcement by Uvalde's police chief, Daniel Rodriguez, that he would be stepping down effective April 6th after the city's report found no wrongdoing by local officials who waited over an hour to confront the teen gunman armed with an AR-15 style weapon.
If you're looking to view the solar eclipse on Monday, head over to the observatory on campus. This will be the first total eclipse since 1878 in Texas, so you don't want to miss it. The event at the observatory will take place from noon to 3 p.m. The PVAMU Society of Physics students and physics faculty have partnered with NASA for the viewing. A total solar eclipse takes place when the moon passes in between the Earth and the sun, completely blocking out the light. From here on campus, you can see a partial eclipse. Be advised, it can be very harmful to look at a partial eclipse with the naked eye, so NASA is providing the observatory with eclipse viewing glasses. Although Prairie View isn't on the exact path, there will still be about a 96% eclipse. Prairie View will be the only HBCU with an on-campus observatory that can view the partial solar eclipse. If you want to visit a place where you can view the eclipse in totality, consider making the drive to Austin, which is in the direct path. The eclipse will reach its peak around 1:39 p.m. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
The First Bank has donated $1 million to 12 historically Black colleges and universities to support their economic and community development endeavors, saying in a tweet, "We're proud to announce that we recently donated $1 million to 12 historically Black colleges and universities across Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama, Georgia, and Florida. The schools receiving funding are Jackson State University, Toluca College, Southern University, and A&M College, Southern University at New Orleans, Dillard University, Xavier University of Louisiana, Bishop State Community College, Albany State University, Savannah State University, Clayton State, Florida A&M, and Edward Waters University." Historically Black colleges and universities date back to the late 1800s and were created to provide Black students an opportunity for higher education, said Jerome Brown, Chief of Community Officer for the First Bank. Today, they continue to serve higher education and a broad range of economic and community development purposes. The First Bank has many HBCUs in its footprint of the operation and understands the role we play in helping the school's efforts for educational achievement.
With us this afternoon. We will be back after this commercial break with an exclusive interview by Bailey Boyce with City Council candidate Jaquavius Doucette.
Welcome. I am so excited to be doing this exclusive interview with City Council candidate and fellow Panther, Jaquavius Doucette. Welcome to the studio. We're so happy to have you here.
Thank you so much for welcoming me. Hey, Bailey, how you doing?
I'm so good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. That's good.
You are such a prominent figure at Prairie View A&M University and eventually a very prominent figure in Prairie View and Waller. You are a member of SGA, period.
Okay.
And
SGA.
also, you took on the role of Mr. Sophomore this year.
Yes.
So how do you think that these roles in SGA and being Mr. Sophomore have prepared you for the role that you're preparing to take on in City Council?
Well, let's start back to even when I was younger. It starts back from even being younger. I believe when I was younger, I wasn't that one kid that watched cartoons. I wasn't that one kid that like went to play outside. Instead, I like to turn on the news, watch the news, see what's actually happening around me. So I think it starts back to way before I even got to college. But also, prior to college in middle school, I was student body president. Going into high school, I served as Mr. Freshman, served in the Student Government Association as well. Coming into college, I knew I wanted to be involved in politics. I knew that, but I didn't think it would be happening this soon.
Yeah.
I didn't think that at the age of 20, sophomore year, this would be the time. So I believe that having these meetings, SGA meetings every week, being and get involved with the student body, actually getting out into the community is really important and preparing me to run for city council. So
It's amazing. And so let's ask the question that everyone is, a little shy to ask. You are young, you are still in school. And so I want to know what makes you qualify to run and what makes you stand out from those who have held these positions for many years?
yeah, so let's talk about a little bit about Prairie View's history, like just student history in general. We've had over 5 council members that were students in the city council at Prairie View in the city of Prairie View, Prairie View A&M University students. So seeing those people pave the way, seeing those council members and mayor pave the way, it leads you to know that you can do it too as well. One thing I like to say too is a lot of people like to say this one thing, like, I'm young, but I'm not dumb. So that means I'm young, but that doesn't mean I'm not intelligent enough to work to better a city. I've been here for 2 years, and I've been able to see the city council and how they operate, the progress they don't make, and the progress they should be making. That's not happening. So me living here, I don't like to be somewhere where I just can't make a change. I always want to be involved in making that change. I would say the age doesn't make you. It's about your experience. Being a student government association, having time management, knowing what the city needs can be betterment, knowing that the city has this amount of money in the budget. We could fix these roads, but it's not being done. Just understanding and knowing the basic concepts of running the city, being a city council member is all you need, no matter your age. You just got to be 18, registered to vote in that county, and you can run. So,
Register.
yeah.
All right. And I love that you spoke about progress. I want to know what progress you plan on making, what goals you have for your seat, and what changes you want to make, if any, when you get into office.
Yeah, so there's a lot of changes. Actually, that's the reason I want to run. That's the reason I want to run. Is inspiring me to run because of the changes that's needed to be made. Number one is transparency within City Hall. You need to be able to know what's going on with the money that's in City Hall, the budget allocations, knowing where this money is going. Is it actually affecting the city in the better? Is it affecting the city in the negative? You need to also know when are meetings happening? When are town hall meetings happening? When are they? When is it promoted? How do I know? How can I attend? How do I know when I can put a ticket in order to speak at a council meeting? So these are all things that I want to implement as a city council member. Number one is transparency. Number two is advocating for its residents. Prairie View, the city of Prairie View, is located in the heart of Waller, and home to Prairie View A&M University. 9,000 plus students. We're all young adults, meaning we need a city that represents the student body population as well, not only just the city itself, because again, we have 9,000 students, 9,000 young adults living in the city, but there's no representation of a student body in the city. Number three is so it's transparency, advocating for residents, and number three is progressing the city forward, moving the city forward. Let's talk about some off-campus housing where students live, like Panther Hill, Brookside, those Richards Road, those areas where those roads are bad, and those I've been there 2 years, those roads have not been made any progress. That money is in the budget for the city, city council to approve it, get it fixed, and get it worked on. But instead, students are driving home every day after a long day of class, going home to P Hill, going home to Brookside, popping their tires. Why is that happening in our city when it shouldn't be? So that's pretty much some things I would like to see implemented differently in the city.
That's amazing.
Yes,
and we know that you are a staunch advocate for getting students registered to vote. We see you out there. You're doing good work.
Yes.
I want to know why it is so important for you to get so many students of Prairie View registered to vote.
So let's talk about it. Dating back to 2018, there were approximately five students that sued the county of Waller. They sued the county of Waller in a count of voter suppression, saying that students should be able to vote on campus. Students live here. Students are residents. They should be able to vote on campus for the first week of early voting, right in the MSC. So before, the county did not allow students to vote in the county, in the city, not as well as not on campus. So that's number one. Students have to understand that if I'm living here majority of the time that I'm at home, I need to be able to make an impact exactly where I'm living at. So that's 2018. We're in 2024 right now. And I got over 200 students registered within just 2 weeks of hosting events, hosting community events, getting students out, talking about my campaign and register students. So it goes back from county suppressing student votes, and students need to understand that we have that right. We should be able to vote in our county. We should be able to vote right here on campus, right where we live. So
Yeah,
that's part of it.
Our history was not that long ago.
Yeah, so I'm saying 2018 is not that long ago. So, and I'm saying I'm in 2 years in the university. You're about 1 year in. So this is some stuff that happened when we wasn't even here yet. We wasn't even here, but this is a part of history. Students marched all the way to Waller County, to the elections office, to the courthouse to demand that we had the right to be able to vote on campus for the first week of early voting.
Yeah.
So that's very important.
It's amazing. And lastly, I just want to know what advice you would give to your peers, fellow students, young people, or anyone out there that wants to make change in their community or possibly run for an office or a seat.
Just be like Bailey. Just be like Bailey. No, but seriously, do something that you're passionate about. I believe that sometimes people take on things that they're not passionate about. Me, like I was just talking earlier before our interview and saying that you was like, dang, this is big. This is opportunity. This is big opportunity. And I said, yeah, it's big, but this is something I just like to do, right? So do something you're passionate about. The reason I say that is because when you're passionate about something, you're going to put 110% effort into it. You're not just going to lowball it. You're not just going to do it. That's like when choosing your major. Don't just choose a major because you want to finish school. Choose your major because this is what I want to get into when I graduate. This is something I want to do. So make sure everything you do is passionate. Make sure you stay on top of your books. Make sure you stay knowledgeable about what's going on around you. And passion over pleasure. Like, you need to be passionate about what you want to do. So that's what I believe. Stay passionate, whatever you want to do.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much
for
coming out to Panther News Network today.
Thank you for having me.
I wish you the best of luck in this election.
I appreciate it.
Just love having you.
Are you registered?
Here. I am registered.
Okay.
Registered in 2 places, amen.
Okay.
Get everyone registered to vote because it's your right. Okay.
Right, and use it. Make an impact exactly where you live at. My name is KPVU-TV. Bailey, thank you for having me.
Thank you for being on here. We will be right back.
Bye, y'all.
Oh, that was good.
Welcome back. The 2024 iHeartRadio Music Awards took place on Monday night at Hollywood's Dolby Theater, with popular artists like Taylor Swift, SZA, Jelly Roll, and Beyonce winning big. Country singer and rapper Jelly Roll took the stage to both perform and accept the awards for both Pop and Country Artist of the Year. SZA also won several awards, including the final award of the night, Song of the Year. Beyonce accepted the Innovator Award, which was presented by legendary R&B singer Stevie Wonder, just days after releasing her new country album, Cowboy Carter. She thanked Stevie Wonder for playing his harmonica on her rendition of Jolene. She then went on to dedicate the award to the people that she considers her innovators, including Sister Rosetta Tharpe, Tracy Chapman, Linda Martell, Prince, Stevie Wonder, Andre 3000, Tina Turner, and Michael Jackson. Overall, the event had creativity and impact of musicians worldwide.
The internet is roaring as rappers Megan Thee Stallion and Glorilla tease a collaboration just before hitting the road on Megan's Hot Girl Summer Tour. On Tuesday, April 2nd, the dynamic duo sent shockwaves through social media when they teased a collaboration in a TikTok video. Hours before Glow revealed her track list, she appeared in a teaser post with Meg, sharing a snippet of the unreleased song. Without giving away too much, the artist showed that the song samples Soulja Boy's Pretty Boy swag. Megan posted in her caption on Instagram, "Too thick glow, dropping 4-5." Their collab teases come after Megan recently announced that Glorilla will be joining her on her upcoming 31 city worldwide Hot Girl Summer Tour, which kicks off in Minnesota in mid-May. The tour, which will be Megan's first ever headlining tour, will be produced by Live Nation and include shows in the US and across Europe. Hot Girl Summer has one stop in Dallas and 2 shows in Houston. With both artists still on record highs for their singles Hiss and Yeah Glow, fans are eagerly anticipating their iconic collaboration and tour.
That concludes our show this evening. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at KPVU-TV, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. This has been Panther News Network. I'm Haley Robinson.
And I'm Bailey Boyce.
Thank you for tuning in.